If you isolate people into the idea that they're on a blue marble that's in the middle of a universe that is really insignificant, and there's thousands or millions and billions of other worlds and possibly other civilizations, that makes most people think that we are insignificant and that we did actually come about as some sort of an accident. Now, when people believe that, their minds are much more malleable into being given the idea that there is no God, there is no creator. And because of that, that also gives the controllers this fertile soil to build other deceptions on.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah, that's their favorite line. Got a lot of people, what difference does it make? You can't figure out what difference it makes? If you can't figure out what difference it makes that the people running your world have lied to you over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you, suppressing of information, of knowledge, is control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you, period. Why am I having to explain this to critical thinkers in the truth movement? The way you control billions of people is to keep them divided and fighting each other. Flat Earth is not a psyop. Flat Earth destroys the psyop. Every psyop that's been used to control us for as long as they've known about it. So this system has been in power and control for hundreds of years, ever since they convinced the rest of the world that they didn't know where they live. It created this fantastical scenario to make people feel insignificant and to follow those that appear to know better. Why is the flat earth so important? Because it shows the deception. And if everybody would just come together and demand answers, they would be in checkmate. They would not know what to do.
Bird, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Admiral, do you hope to see that?
I do.
Current methods for tracking aircraft depend on radar, which has a limited range, and a radio system called ADS-B. This allows an aircraft to broadcast signals to ground stations, which can then be used to calculate its position. However, the system doesn't work if there are no ground stations in a direct line of sight to the aircraft. As a result, planes cannot be tracked over oceans or in very remote areas such as the polar regions. The loss of MH370 and the subsequent mystery over its whereabouts highlighted the need for a better mechanism.
Hey everybody, some of you may be aware from my live stream the other day or from other locations online that the overthepoles2018.com website has been down for a while and that I was looking into it. Well, yesterday I heard back from one of my contacts, aviation blogger Sam Chewy, and it appears the flight is off with a strong suspicion of fraud on the part of the organizer. So what's going to be done going forward? I'm not exactly sure yet. The money went to where I said it would. A ticket was purchased. Shirts are going to print this week. I pre-ordered a P1000 camera, but I have the contact information for the people that generously supported this project, and I will consult with them. And if I can come up with a mechanism for returning the funds to them, we'll work that out. But any of those funds will be out of my own pocket until I can manage to get the funds back from the organizer, which I assume will be never.
Don't tell me what to believe or accept what I can't.